Have you ever been using your phone and stopped to wonder what it's made of and what allows this piece of technology to function? Smartphones are composed of many different elements, all of which have their individual roles within the phone. Aluminum is one of these important elements. In this video, we will be tracing the journey of aluminum from its formation to its inclusion in smartphones. So how did aluminum come about in the first place? Well, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. In the Big Bang, the lighter elements, hydrogen and helium, were formed. Following the Big Bang, the elements up to iron were formed by stars in a process where lighter elements combined to form heavier elements. The majority of aluminum is formed by exploding massive stars. We will begin tracing its formation from magnesium. Magnesium is formed in a process called neutron capture. In dying stars, free neutrons are readily available to combine with the nucleus of elements. Starting with hydrogen and helium, over time, more and more neutrons are added to the nucleus, resulting in the formation of heavier elements. This leads to the formation of magnesium. But how is aluminum formed from magnesium? In the environment of an exploding massive star, magnesium absorbs a proton in a process called proton capture. This addition of a proton converts magnesium to aluminum. The large majority of the aluminum present in our universe today was created by this process taking place in exploding stars, and it was distributed by these explosions as well. So now we know how aluminum was formed in our universe, but how did it get into our planet? Well, to figure that out, we should start with our solar system. Our solar system as we know it today first formed from a solar nebula, which is a big spinning cloud of dust and gas. This nebula collapsed and began to condense. Most of the material was concentrated in the center and formed the sun. Gravitational attraction led to the formation of the planets from the remaining material, including Earth. This material included elements such as aluminum, which was incorporated into Earth in the mantle and crust following the formation of the core. Aluminum is roughly equally incorporated in the mantle and crust, and it is found here because it is a rock-loving element that preferentially combines with minerals often found in the crust and mantle. Now we know how aluminum got into our crust and mantle, but where do we find it today? The major rock deposit of aluminum is bauxite. In West Africa, and especially Guinea, there are rock deposits of bauxite, which is a sedimentary rock primarily formed by chemical weathering, followed by burial and transformation. Bauxite rocks contain the mineral gibbsite, which is rich in aluminum. You're probably curious how aluminum is extracted from these deposits. Well, the most common method of mining aluminum is strip mining of bauxite. This is done by clearing land of vegetation and using explosives to loosen the ground before gathering bauxite-rich soils. Bauxite mining requires large amounts of land and often displaces communities. In Australia, bauxite mining has largely taken place on indigenous lands. This is one example of how bauxite mining can be harmful to underrepresented communities. Once the aluminum is obtained, it has to be processed. This is done in 2 steps. First, alumina is extracted from bauxite in the Bayer process. In this process, aluminum is dissolved with a heated chemical solution and filtered to remove impurities. Then, as the mixture cools, aluminum hydroxide particles are added to facilitate alumina crystal growth. Next, aluminum is produced from alumina in the Hall-Héroult process. This is a smelting process involving a melted cryolite mineral bath and electrical current. The electrical current keeps the mixture hot and allows for the separation of aluminum and oxygen. So, how is aluminum used in our phones? In our smartphones, aluminum is commonly used for the outer casing and to house electrical components of the phone. Aluminum is great for these purposes because it is lightweight and durable, yet also malleable. It is also good at heat dissipation. Aluminum is a highly recyclable metal, and it is frequently recovered and recycled from old smartphones. To recycle aluminum in phones, it is separated from other components, cleaned, melted, and recast. Aluminum recycling is so common that 75% of aluminum produced since 1888 is still in use. Now you know the journey that the aluminum in your phone has taken, from the creation of the element all the way to the recycling and reuse of the metal. Each element in your phone has taken a unique and complex journey to its ultimate arrival in your hand.